I don't intend to appeal. I intend to waive my appeal. I've already filed. In June, Mr. Hill filed on my behalf a pro se document I signed, which is a voluntary dismissal of appeal, stating to the Court of Criminal Appeals that I do not wish to pursue appeal, and that they can, basically go ahead and throw it out. I've accepted the consequence the jury gave me. I've accepted the verdict, and I'm accepting it for what it is, and I'm taking it that way. I don't feel it's necessary to go through it again. I don't think it's necessary to drag everybody else through another trial if it came to that. According to what I've been able to gather from the attorneys, there's really no action on the guilt phase. The only possibility might be the punishment phase, and it's not worth all the effort to go through. I have religious and moral belief of an eye for an eye. I think that the punishment is justified on the crime, and I'm willing to accept the court's decision. A lot of people have told me that I'm stupid for doing it, but nobody knows the situation better than me, and nobody knows what really happened better than me.
So I guess when it comes down to it, you're not afraid to die then?
I won't say I want to, but it is the consequence of my actions, and I'm accepting that.
What's it like being on death row in a Texas prison?
Despite what I heard from other people, my personal take on it is really not that bad. Everybody that's on death row, we're all there to die. We all look out for each other. If you don't have something, if you're down and out, they make sure the other people make sure you're taken care of. Nobody's in there needing anything. If you need something, you can get it. When I first got there, I had people giving me all kinds of stuff. Hey, here, have this, take this. And I'm like, dude, I can't afford to pay you back for that. Don't do that. And they're like, well, hey, it doesn't matter. Just next guy that comes to death row with nothing, make sure he has something.
I mean, I have to ask if you have any recollection of why you did what you did to your son. Or, is it
selfish impulse? The first part of it was selfish impulse. The way it ended was not intended. That was just more of a, holy shit, look what I just did. How am I going to clean this up? And then it just kind of evolved into a murder. It wasn't intended as a murder. It was more of a panic reaction than anything else. That's something you never would have heard me say before trial. If you've got any type of instability, be it psychiatrically in your life, you need to get help. Don't think you can handle it on your own, because I couldn't. And it ended up the way it did as a result. And if you commit a crime, no matter how bad it be, if it's not a murder already, the best thing I could have did was to go home and say, hey, I just did this, and take the heat for that. I didn't have to push the envelope and take it further and put myself where I am now. I could have had just a sexual assault charge, and that by itself, it was completely unnecessary to take it beyond. It was unnecessary for any of it to happen. But once it happened, it was completely stupid to take it beyond that point. Instead of just saying, hey, I'm wrong, I need help, lock me up for that, but at least he gets to live his life. This is what will happen. When I waive my habeas, they're still going to do the constitutional review on direct appeal. The habeas, because I'm not filing anything, my habeas will expire December 23rd. That's my deadline. After that, anytime after that, they can affirm my sentence. Once it's affirmed, the judge sets my date, and I can be executed roughly no earlier than 90 days after my affirmation, which, depending on the court, could be as early as April of next year, depending on how fast the process with the court moves.
What do you miss the most?